Marvellous. Lovely chat.
There is no shortage of apps looking to cash in on consumer desires for the lowest possible price point, offering cheaper alternatives to established providers. But our next guest is behind an app that isn't so focused on the race to the bottom and price. For more, we're joined by co-founder and CEO of WHIZZ, Mark Bernberg. Now, I want to start by talking about your app, because this is a space that I think has already got a few participants. We already have apps where you're able to book cleaning services. What does your app do that the others don't?
The primary difference on our app is the fact that you're able to get a cleaner on demand. Most of our competitors can only get a cleaner to your home within 24, maybe 48 hours. WHIZZ is the only app in Australia that guarantees a cleaner within 3 hours to your home.
Not being the earliest to market, not having that first mover advantage may disadvantage you, that you've got people who are already using an app that they may be comfortable with?
We actually saw not being first to the market as a benefit, and the reason being we studied quite closely what our global competitors were doing. The number one thing we found was that everybody's trying to Uberify everything. But the difference between Uber and cleaning is that Uber is essentially a product. It's a cab ride where 9 times out of 10 your cab ride is going to be a standard experience. But with cleaning, it's somebody coming into your home. It's a very subjective experience. It's a very emotional and personal experience. And I think the big thing that we found in our research, not being first to market, was that customers weren't interested in the fact that great technology could match people looking for a cleaner with a cleaner. Customers were interested in actually getting a great cleaning experience. And we took those learnings on board, and coming to market a little bit later said, yes, we're a tech company. Yes, we're going to create exceptional technology. But first and foremost, we need to deliver an exceptional service. And I think WHIZZ has certainly identified it. The market is requiring great cleaning service. And I think that's where we've really set ourselves aside from any of our competitors.
As you point out, this is quite a personalised service. And you would think that once people have originally booked the cleaner, that they might become attached. How do you ensure that you have repeat customers, as opposed to, for example, to compare to an Uber system? Obviously, it's a case of you need to get somewhere, you take the one that's closest to you. But when it comes to a cleaner, surely once you build that relationship, you build trust, you're not going to want to use an app anymore.
Great question. At the end of the day, there's two sides to this. The one side is the customer experience. We are talking to the convenience, the on-demand generation, where some of the issues like having cash lying around, I'm sure many people have experienced the moment where it's the night before your cleaner's arriving and you're making a mad dash to the ATM at close to midnight to make sure you've got cash. At the same time, making sure you've got enough cleaning products. So the convenience generation certainly is one way of keeping them in the system. But on the cleaner side, what we did quite differently is that a lot of our competitors penalize cleaners for trying to go outside of the system, whereas we incentivize them. We said, look, the more recurring customers you bring on, and the better you're able to fill your excess capacity, the higher the margin we'll actually pay you. So we've actually adopted an approach of saying, look, we want a customer for life. We don't intend to only be in cleaning. We intend to deliver a host of services to the home. Cleaning, is your first point of touch, and therefore let's incentivize cleaners to stay in the system.
Fantastic. We are going to have to leave it there, but thank you for joining Sky News Business.
Thank you very much for having me.
And that's all we have for this edition. Thanks for watching.